Hello, I am Romeo Rose, and I made an announcement on my website just a few days ago that, just to reveal to everyone the inside joke that's only been known to me all of these years. And I just thought it was time to go ahead and make a video because I've received so many questions and responses and emails and phone calls and everything, ever since I put that on my website a few days ago, that I thought it would be more personable to make a video, stating a few things here on video, so that we could finally set the record straight, that basically for about the last 10 years or so, it's all been performance art. The whole entire everything that people have seen me do on TV, on radio interviews, online and internet forums, internet chats, just various emails to all kinds of different people, all of it, it's all been a joke, basically like a charade or a really extreme case of method acting, where I've really stayed in character without breaking character at all for at least 10 years. In fact, everyone in Austin, Texas, over December 22nd will make 4 years to the day that I've been here in Austin, Texas, and there's not a single person here in Austin that was in on the joke with me. It's been something I've kept totally to myself, and it's amused me greatly just to see what kind of reactions I could get out of people all this time, and just how people will believe something, how easily it is to get people to believe a character, and how believable I could make a character be, and just how it's been an interesting experiment just to see how different things that you can say influences masses of people, and just little things that has an impact on people psychologically. It's been very interesting to look at, and it's been a lot of fun, for me anyway. Everyone else, thought I was serious this whole time. Even, my best friends, my coworkers, everyone, they all thought, that they knew who I was, and now all of a sudden that I come out with this, they're like, well, wait a minute, who are you? So that was all just a character that you basically created. And I have to say that my biggest inspiration for the whole thing was Andy Kaufman. If you look at his old stuff on Saturday Night Live, how he used to, provoke the audience stuff. People actually thought he was real, when he had two different characters. Andy Kaufman, the comedian, then he had another comedian, which was sort of like an alter ego, and he wasn't a very nice guy, and he wrestled women, and said all kinds of things that weren't politically correct, and made a lot of people mad and angry, and he got a lot of hate mail, and people thought it was real. They didn't know that he was playing a joke. They didn't know he was acting. They thought it was real, and they thought that's who he really was. So I sort of basically did a lot of what I've done as a tribute to Andy Kaufman, except for I was way more extreme in what I've done. I stayed in character for about 10 years without ever letting anyone in on this little secret of mine. And when I first started out, it was sort of like Andy Kaufman meets Spinal Tap. If you've never heard of the band or the documentary called Spinal Tap, you should really watch that documentary or movie. It's really funny, and it's a lot of fun. I really thought the people were going to catch on to that the last several years that I've been in Austin, the last few years, as I do these radio interviews and stuff, and I keep challenging, Jimmy Vaughn to a guitar duel, and, and say things like, hey, they're going to build a statue of me next to Stevie Ray Vaughan, but they're going to make my statue taller. I thought things like that would have kind of given it away to people, that it's a joke, but somebody really famous or smart, one or the other, maybe both, once said that the bigger the lie you tell, the more people will believe it, and the bigger the lie becomes, the more believable it is to the masses. And it really does seem like that's what happens here. Is when I decided to make a little dating ad, and I wrote this really crazy ad, and next thing you know, it goes worldwide. Howard Stern was talking about it, Playboy, I was on all the local news channels here, KLBJ radio. I've been in newspapers in West Africa, Kenya, Malaysia, uh, Italy, everywhere. I've been on the radio in Canada and Ireland, all about that, and they all totally, I had them eating from the palm of my hand, they were just buying it all and eating it all up, and it just basically hit the 10-year anniversary of when I started the whole little inside joke, and I thought, well, how much further can I really possibly go with it than where I've already, what more can I really do with this joke that hasn't already been done, and so I thought, why not go ahead and end this on a high note, and let the world know that all this time they thought that they were laughing at me, or a lot of people was giving me a lot of hate mail, and that was a funny thing too, because I'm like, I would read all these messages and listen to all these phone calls and voicemails, and I'd just be thinking to myself, you don't even know who I am. It's like you think you know, but I've got you totally fooled. And so it's I guess I get to have the last laugh on the world, So that really amuses me, and I think that's funny. So who knows what the future is going to hold for me from this point on. But that chapter of my life there is done, and so I just thought I would make this little video and let everyone know, because a lot of people are still emailing me, and they're like, wait a minute, was it really performance art? Was it an act? Or wait a minute, it had to be real. People still don't want to accept, that it was, it wasn't even real, that it was performance art. I guess, who knows? Maybe I should go into Hollywood and become like an actor, like Brad Pitt or somebody or something, because I mean, obviously I must have some pretty good acting skills to have pulled this off, over 10 years. People, or my phone's just been ringing all the time. People saying, wait a minute, who are you? I thought I knew who you were. I thought this was real. And now all of a sudden it's not real. It's like people are telling me they feel like they've been living a lie by just knowing me or associating with me, because it's not it's not what it has appeared to be all those years. So it's been a lot of fun, and who knows what's going to happen next. And so yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know it's just performance art, and anyone that actually wants to know who the real Romeo Rose is, it's always free to email me or whatever. I still try to make time for my fans, and we'll see how things go and where things go from here. Tomorrow is a new day, and just thought I would set the record straight on all that, so maybe people would have a better understanding. And I think a lot of people are mad too, because they don't want to believe that it's really just performance art, because by doing that they have to admit that Romeo Rose got one over on them, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't always make it drink. So it is what it is, and so I'm coming on the record here, and I'm stating what it was and what it is, and I'm ready to move on now to something new.